So, this is a class that's so I've been moving around so much that I can never hardly get anything done. So I'm really hoping to be able to do classes every day, but it doesn't seem like I'm always able to do that. So actually we're on page Kaf in the Shaar Tanta, Perek Base. We have a few more pages to go. We're going to get some real serious Kabbalah here. Even though this may be easy for some, hard for others, main thing is to listen to it, hear what it is, because all these ideas are going to be used in different parts later on. We'll see how they work. So, like we did before, we're going to read the top part of the Rab, and then we're going to be the light part of the Pirish of the Tiv Hakavot. So it says V'tam Adavarhu. So this is how it starts in number Zion on page Kaf. Ki chachamisha partzuf nichlalim ba'os hey. Now we've been over through the 5 partzufim many times. Halo heim arich anpin. Now he goes over va'apa v'ima v'za v'nuk. It's the nuk d'za kanaz. That was all in Perek Aleph. He says. Now you could correspond to them different words that have to do with different characteristics that are also arranged in a 5. And this would also be called nefesh, ruach, neshama, chay, yechida. So these are the name. Normally we say, some people call these the spheros, and some people call them, I prefer to refer them as the oros. Because as we see, they're going to be oros and kalim as we're going down the line. We have to know what the oros are, what the kalim are. So he said, "V'nimsek he zahu b'chinas ruach kanoida." Always za, zeranpin, refers to the letter vav. Now, we talked about the chotim before, which is the nose, which comes out to be number 63. So all these are at different aspects of the tamim of sag. So he says, "V'hine akasiv omer kol l'shen nishmas ruach chaim ba'apav." So the Rav brings a raya from a pasuk that everything where the nishmas of this ruach, of the life force, is in his nose. That what the concept which we call ruach, which is a certain type of ore, certain type of light, is revealed in the nose of Ak. So therefore, in this nose, so there we see that this is where we're going to see Za develop. Now, it's really a root. It's a very, very much a root. And understand that Za, their anpin, is really the controlling parts of it, the best I could say, that we can relate to in the spiritual term. So he said, V'nechlach l'shisha kitzvais shabog. Za is always the vok, what we call the vav kitzvais. It also always has 6 parts. Chesed, Gevurah, Teferes, Netzach, Chod, and the Yisod in the middle. So we're going to go into it a lot. I was going to say that this is the basic vok. This is the basic Za. Vok means vav kitzvais. But the Daled, remember that originally we had the hay, we had the concept of a hay, but you couldn't see anything other than the hay. There were things hidden in the hay. In the nose, we already see that there is a vav that we can see. It's more physical. But the Daled is still the Daled part of the hay, which is like this, with a little line there. That little line we see now, but the Daled that covers it, we don't see it yet. So that's what we said last time, is that the vav is divided into 6 different olives. So let's read the light print now on number Kaf. He says, V'hine, ba'alma ha'malchut, ba'alma, in reality, ha'malchus hi ha'mizgala techila. Normally that we see that malchus is revealed first. Because malchus is the most physical part, so it would be the most obvious part. So we live in malchus. So here it's everything is physical. So you can see it, you can touch it. But the za is panimi to it, means that it's a ruach inside of this malchus. Because it's the lowest part of all the partzufim. All another way of saying that it's the most exterior part. It's the furthest away from pure spirituality. So therefore it's revealed more than all the rest of the partzufim. So it should be that would be the first thing that you would be able to see. Certainly before Za would be appeared because he's higher, he's more hidden than she is. So what's the reason why at the nose, already at that stage, you have the vav, which is the Za? Below Nizgalsi Imo Gam Ha'oz Dalad, and the Oz Dalad is not revealed yet. Remezes the Shar HaPartzufim Shehem, which is the Daled. Now he says he says another side idea is that there are 5 Partzufim. Now you see the Vav. If you have a Daled stands for the number 4. So it would be a reference to the other Partzufim, which are Arich, Abba Ve'ima, V'nuk. So he says that's what all they are. Mavar Harav. That we said that before, that there were different aspects of these lights. And notice he loses the word bechina all the time, because we're not talking about something that's really physical. So it's like looking at a kaleidoscope and switching it around a little bit, because you could see it lots of different ways. You could look at it as 5 partzufim. You could also see that there's such a thing as 5 oros. Later we're going to call this naranchi. We'll see how this works. So these oros, I'm calling them oros, or could be called nefesh, ruach, neshama, chai, yechida. They correspond once again to the 5 partzufim, as he repeats and he teaches us again and again. Yechida corresponds to rich, the Anpin, which is also known as keser. Chaya keneged abba b'chochma. Abba is another word for chochma. Neshama keneged ima, bina. Neshama corresponds to ima, which is bina. Ruach keneged za, which is za has 6 parts. Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yisod. We pronounce this Chaganai. Okay, when you get advanced, or try to be advanced, like, I'm such an advanced guy, but you try to get more advanced and you try to start working on Kavanas, then you'll see that the Rishash is going to work Chaganai in all different kinds of ways, and we'll try to picture it and how the flow of the light goes. The Nefesh Keneged Nuktaza, so the Nefesh corresponds to the Nuktaza, which is also known as Malchus. The Nimsa, if he say there's ki zahu b'chinas ruach, so according to this, then we see that za is an aspect of ruach. So now we'll go down to number 8, which we read up above also, and he says hinim mimashmos hapasuk shene'emer kol asher nishbas ruach chaim ba'apav. So now that he says the neshama, which is a pneumius of the ruach, is found in the nose. Mashma shebechinas ruach mizgala ba'av shuhu hachoitim. So now it's mashma that the ruach is revealed in the nose, in the af, which is another word for the nose. For the chaim bechinas za shuhu ruach. So there that aspect of za, which is ruach, mizgalis min hachoitim daika. So that's the specific place that you see it, and the pasuk points to it. So the light comes out in the form of 2 letters, which are a daled and a vav. So the light, which is revealed in the nose, is a vav, and that's in the chotem. Mischalek is the shisha olafim. So we say that the rule is that it gets divided into 6 olives. Neged shisha hamidos chagadnai shuhuzah. Now let's translate this word so we understand what he's saying. He says it gets divided into 3 different midos. What does midos really mean? I think maybe I went through this last time, I'm not sure, but it seems very familiar to me. Midos means measurements. So what's happening in the light, for creation to take place, you have to have what is called an hismatus of the or of the Ein Sof. Because the Ein Sof is nothing, hismatus means a limitation, a continuous limitation of the light of the Ein Sof, because who's ever exposed to nothing becomes nothing also. But where the Eibshter is trying to create something. So therefore, we have to go through midos. Those midos are called Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, which we will discuss. So they are what makes up Zah, which is also the guf, the body of Adam Kadma. Amnam os dalad he os achad bilvado kalalad besocha dalad bechina. So the los dalad, which we said before, there was a dalad and a hay, and a vav, which made a hay. The dalad is just 1 letter, and it represents 4 different bechinos. But you don't divide it into 4 different olives like we did in the vav, which we made it to 6 olives. But it remains in Helam. But later on, we're going to see that lights are going to come out of the mouth. Then we're going to see that the os dalad is going to come. It's going to be mecholechas the dalad alafim mamish. There, once it comes out, then we'll see that it's divided into 4. So when we see it come out of the nose, there's a dalad there, but we can't recognize anything particularly about it. The vav, on the other hand, which is a part of that hey, which is represented by the nose, the or that is coming out of the nose. That vav has 6 aleph that we can see in it, but the daled you can't see anything until it comes out of the mouth. Kigasher ha'or meschalak the pratim, as you start taking the light, you start taking it apart. And it's not hidden anymore because you could see it. It's all inside of one letter. Zemora al gilui godel. So if you see that the lights, if you're able to look at a letter and you'll be able to see the lights, which he's telling her, I love him, you're going to see tremendous, tremendous revelation. So I had something brilliant to say, but I forgot it, so let me go on. Number 10. And what is it that I want to say? I'm always trying to think about something to help in the learning. Okay, this is what I wanted to say. If you're Sephardi, then you should understand this on a spiritual level, because it's not that hard to figure out what it is on a spiritual level, because the words themselves are like music. So you're listening to the words of Eric Onpin, the words of the letter Vav, and all these different words you're listening to. If you try to spend too much time figuring this out without listening to it in your panemius, then it could get complicated and you can't put it together. So don't try to put it together. Just listen to it and try to see what it's saying to get a feeling for what's happening in the Olam Hava'ak. So he says, let's go read number tes up above. So he says, so the same way that we see that we could take the vav, which is coming out of the right nostril. So we also have a vav coming out of the left nostril. So we said that there are 6 alafim, and each one of them now you have 12 alafim. Now this is a way to spell the letter vav. Now we said before, when we looked at the asmab, and we saw that there was an av, the name of Avaya that could be made into an av, and the the letter is 72, which comes to gematria 72, or Sad, which comes to the gematria 63, or Ma, which is the gematria 45, which is also the gematria of Adam, of Adam, 45. Or the last one, which is the gematria, which we call, really refers to Malchus, is number 52, called Ben. So he says that if you put these together, the vavs, the 2 vavs of the 2 nostrils and the nose itself, it's going to make a number which is the number 13, vav aleph vav. V'chein shnei havavim elo im achoidim atzmo shetzaraso aleph kanoida, that the nose itself is in the form. These 2, the 2 vavs and the nose, come out to be the form of an aleph. Ki shnei nikve achoidim heim shnei yudim, they're 2 yuds. V'hakoisa lamapsi beneihims, because the nose has a bridge, right? And the bridge comes down like this, and there's an opening here and an opening there, so that between the 3 of them now, you have that is a vav, so you have a yud, a vav, and a yud. Harei tsuras aleph, that could make an aleph. So we'll see. He's going to the Tiv is going to bring this to us real personally, close up and personal. So now he says like this: V'ima shnei vavim harei vav aleph vav, and so you here's vav vav aleph vav again. So you have made an aleph out of this nose, but you also have 2 vavs. V'hu lahoros, and this is why, to show us ki lamala bebechinas harosh, that up above, when we talk about the aspect of the head, shesham makom hamochim, which is where the mochim is, the brains, it means brain matter, but it means the panemius, the matter, the panemius of the essence of spirituality. Hu shem av, the chavaya the yudin, it's an av. The ovakan hu shem sag, but here we're dealing with sag, which is going to be a vav aleph vav. If we were dealing with av, then we would be talking about vav yud vav. But here we're talking about vav aleph vav. It points at the name sag. Ki ein hefresh bein havaya the av lahavaya the sag. The only difference between av and sag, and you could see this by looking at them when they're spelled out, rak b'milui osa vav, it's only if the letter vav, because of kanoida. And these are the words. The word is that if you want to spell av, it's yud vav dalet, hey yud, vav, hey yud. You want to spell the name sag, you spell yud vav dalet, hey yud, but it's vav aleph vav, which is 9 numbers less, and hey yud again at the end, which will give you sag. It's 9 numbers less than 72, gives you 63. So that got us from 9, 10, 11, and let's do 9, 10, and 11.